First of all, Simon has decided that he wants to be a mastermind type mod. That means you have to query in an input, and then he'll give back an answer. But because he's a professional swindler, he's worked in the business for a long time, he will not give you a straight answer. However, he does give you the instructions on how to decrypt his answer, so that shouldn't be much of a challenge. It is pretty long, but otherwise, it's fine. So, there's two methods on how you can do Simon Swindles. The first one, which I'm going to be doing twice, is the complex method. This involves a lot more logic, and it's generally harder. However, you can be certain that you're done within 10 or so queries. However, there's also a lazy method that's very easy, that I'll show at the end, that does not require much logic. However, you can end up with, I think my record was like 38 queries. So, yes. So, to begin, up here we have a few things. We have our input, that's what we're going to be inputting into the module. Our output, that's what Simon gives us back. The XOR is the input and output XOR'd. The filter is, he generates an answer, and that answer starts, we have black, 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 black as our answer, and then we're going to filter it. And then for every time we filter it, eventually we are going to get some positions that are correct, and then we're going to stop filter the correct positions, because otherwise they'll be incorrect again. So that's what this filter is for. The answer is every time we have entered a filter or an XOR, he shuffles the answer a little bit around. The check is to see whether positions are not incorrect, and the constant is the check is just a modified version of the constant, and the constant is a six-digit thing code that he'll be using for his calculations, or whatever you want to call it. So, to start, basic module functionality. You can press any of the LEDs and they'll light up. So this would be yellow, for example. This would be red. This would be white. This would be magenta. To make an input, just press the middle button with whatever you have. So if I press the middle button now, I would query white, and then I'd need 5 other colors. The green button, after you made 6 color queries, the green button would act as submit. The red button would act as a delete button. It would clear your input. And the blue one would query. So we're going to query 6 blacks to start with. Let me actually have module sounds on. There we go. And then after that, we can press this one. And then does that, and we're going to mute it. And it gives us this as our output. Right now, we have no surface to work on. So right now, we're just going to assume that all of these are incorrect. There's no correct things in this. So this will be your XOR, filter right there. Our check would result in this in constant. The way the check works is you take the constant and then you run through the input like a set of commands. So you take the constant down here, then apply black 6 times, which is reverse the string, which, if you know basic logic, that's an even amount of times, which means nothing happens. So, the check would be the exact same. That's why we have no ground to work on, because we can't really do anything until like the 3rd query. So now, we're going to filter all of these with red. So we're going to really put this down here. So we're going to filter all of these with red. Magenta red becomes blue. Cyan red becomes white. Yellow. That becomes cyan. That becomes magenta. And that becomes yellow. Right now, it's not going to make much sense, but it's going to make more sense when we move on. So, now we're going to take our input modules, module 6. We've made 1 input, so we're going to use the first position, which would be this one. And we're going to use this logic. So, reverse the other half, invert the other half, and cycle right 1. So, like that. invert, and cycle right 1. And we're gonna put you down here, and then we're gonna input this. Then we have this. Black, cyan, magenta, blue, red. Then we're gonna XOR these two. And we're gonna get... Also, neat trick, if you have two... So if you have cyan, magenta, you're gonna XOR these. Because we have two secondary colors, the answer is just gonna be the last secondary color. If you don't know how color XOR works, it's just red XOR green equals yellow. Cyan XOR magenta becomes yellow, and so on. So now we're going to take our constant, and then we look at our input. Right now we're only going to take a look at the things that actually shovel it around. So the things that shovel it around is the black, it's the magenta, the cyan, magenta, and white. So we have white here, and that's everything. White tells us to reverse both halves of the string, so we're gonna do that. And then we have red, blue, green, and yellow. Yellow's all of them. So that means that this cancels out, this cancels out, and this cancels out. So all we're gonna do is XOR blue. Because we have blue 2 times, that means that XOR, like if we have yellow and the XOR blue 2 times, still yellow. So if you XOR something twice, it becomes the same thing. Then we have red and green and yellow, which is all of them. So red, green, and all of them, which gives us just blue. So we're gonna XOR this with blue. And I'm gonna copy paste this down here, and then we're gonna mark down which ones are inverted and which ones aren't. So, because this one is inverted, we know that the red filter worked, or we think the red filter worked. So we're gonna act like this is correct, and we're not gonna filter the first position anymore. So now we need to filter green. But we already have a red filter, so if we just filter green, we're gonna get yellow. So I like to do RGB CMY, and then white, so like this. This is my preferred way of doing it. So to get green now, we have to XOR yellow to remove the red and add the green. So all these are gonna be XORed with yellow to get us green. So yellow becomes red, that becomes green, yellow becomes this. And that gives us this result. We then apply this up here. We have made 2 queries, so it's going to be this one, blue. Blue tells us to reverse the second half, invert the second half, and cycle left once. So MK, white, blue, green, and cycle right once. And we're also going to do that down here. Like that. And then we can move on. Red, green, white, blue, green, red. White, black, cyan, green, green, green. XORing this gives us this. Or then I'm going to take a constant, and this is usually where the magic happens. Where we're going to see if a thing is correct or not. All we have again is white, so... we have red twice, and we have green twice, so only apply blue. That becomes cyan, that becomes green, that becomes red, that becomes cyan, that becomes black, it's yellow. We see that these are the same. You see, this is no longer it. What this means is that something in our thing was correct. Well, no. So, we assumed that it was correct, but it really, or we assumed everything there was incorrect. That all of these were wrong, that's why there were no inverteds. But it actually turned out to be wrong. So, a position that was previously inverted is now no longer inverted. So there's two positions in this that are wrong. And to find out, we're going to quickly have to do these again. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to see what positions in this encrypted into what in here. So we're going to take this and apply this to it on this top one. We have white, that's all that really happened. And same for the bottom one, so really, this is what happened to both of them. And we see that, let me just get this. For the first stage, the inverted was the first one. And for the second one, the wrong one was this one. So either the third or fourth position is incorrect. So I'm going to write down now 3 and 4. Because there's two things that could have happened. We could have gotten a false inversion on... like we could have gotten a false one here. Like where this one showed up as the wrong thing, as 3 was inverted. Because if we invert this, encrypt this, then the first one here should be red. And therefore it would not give a positive thing. Or what could happen is that on the second stage, this one really wasn't inverted, but the second, or this thing here, wasn't correct. And we don't know this. So, we're gonna take a gamble, and I'm just gonna say 3. So I've done 3 now, I'm just gonna write 4 down here. I'm then gonna invert 3. But before I do that, we're gonna take this. Seal this off. I'm gonna copy paste you down here. And then here we're gonna start over from new. So now we're gonna invert the third position, because that's what we think is wrong. If it turns out to be wrong again, then we know that the third position was actually correct, and the fourth position was actually the incorrect one. So now, we want to reset all these filters back to black, because we don't know if anything is correct or not. So we're going to take our XOR, move you over here, and then we're going to XOR all of this with this up here. So cyan and green, it gives blue, that in green gives black, that gives yellow, that gives blue, that gives green, and this gives green. Then we know that our thing is going to be all black. So then after applying our filter, we're going to move it over to the answer. We've made 1, 2, 3, so I'm going to put a bar here to represent that this is the one we're going to apply. I'm going to apply white, which is reverse the first half, invert the first half, and cycle left once. This doesn't matter because it's all the same. Wait, let me just check. XOR. Did I just? Oh, I just messed with the filter. Knew it. Answer. Blue and yellow swap, and then they swap, they swap. So this becomes yellow. This was blue. Then we invert that becomes yellow. This was blue. And this was white. And we cycle left once. Move you over here. White, yellow, blue, green, green, blue. Then we get this. Then we are gonna XOR this. We have magenta and white. That's gonna be green, this red, green, green, yellow, black. Take in our constant. Yeah, we're gonna do with the rules it says here. White, so the green, blue twice, so we're gonna invert all of these. So that becomes green, red, green, magenta, yellow, black. Put you over here. And this one applies. So you see how in the first time we didn't think anything was correct. But since something shows up here, this is usually a good sign. So if on the next query, this position, or after we move it accordingly, if this is still correct, then our constant should be fixed and we can move on. So we take our XOR, apply the filter to all these others. Now we're gonna apply red again. This becomes yellow. That was black. This becomes yellow. We don't do this one because it's correct. This becomes green and this becomes red. Alright. Move you over here. We mark all these as red. Answer. We have green. That's invert second half. Or reverse second half. Then we're gonna cycle right once. Do the same here. Okay, R, bump, then cycle right once. So the first position should be inverted here. Green, blue, white, blue, red, green. Red, yellow, yellow, white, blue, blue. We XOR this. Blue is yellow. Magenta and cyan. Take our constant over here. All we have is do this and then red. This becomes blue. That becomes white. That becomes blue. That becomes yellow. That becomes magenta. And that becomes cyan. After XORing with red. Yep. Then we move this over here. And our first position is still inverted. So we hopefully should not get any other contradictions. If we do, then we have to reset again because there's something wrong in our constant. So now that our constant is presumably correct, we can just continue moving on. So we have red and we want green. We're going to XOR these with yellow, but not the first one because it's already been done. So white and yellow is blue, blue and yellow is white, that is black, that is cyan, that's magenta. Move you over to the answer. Dun, dun. Red, yellow, white for reversing the first half. Then we're gonna reverse the. We're gonna invert the second half, and then cycle right. So we're gonna. All of these are green now. We are gonna invert the first half, and we're gonna cycle right. Yep. We'll just check. Or it was red, so we invert the first half, cycle right. Yep, that seems to be correct. Green, white, blue, yellow, white, red. Cyan, red, yellow, yellow, yellow. Magenta, red, magenta, black, blue, green. We have white twice, they cancel out. We have RGB and yellow, which means we do absolutely nothing. And here we have a new inverted. This one still makes sense, which is good news. We can then move on and apply a new filter. And we just keep doing this, and then at one point, all of them should be correct. Then we don't filter anymore, apply the answer, and then we just submit what we have. And that is how you do this method. Alright, filter. We are at green, we want blue, so therefore we're gonna apply cyan. Magenta cyan becomes yellow. Magenta and cyan becomes yellow. That becomes green, that becomes blue. Then we're gonna put you over there. red first half, white, magenta, yellow, and cycle right. Invert the first half, or second. No, we have red, and then cycle right. Like that. Answer. Anything. Yep. Then we're gonna have yellow, yellow, red, yellow, white, magenta, green, white, cyan, white, blue, white. Green, yellow becomes red, white and yellow becomes blue, red and cyan becomes white, that becomes blue, that becomes yellow, and that becomes green. Trigger Constanto. Apply white and magenta. So, white needs to be here. And we're gonna apply yellow 3 times, which means green and blue. So cyan. Apply cyan. 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 Alright. Move over here. Oh, we need that. This is inverted now. This is inverted now. Yep. Then we have 4 correct colors now. Please just like this. So now we're gonna filter into cyan. Take your XOR. To get cyan from blue, we just XOR green. So that becomes yellow. That becomes black. Move you over here. And now we're moving into cyan for these 2. Answer. For the answer, we need to do yellow, which is reverse the first half, invert the first half, and cycle right. Good. So GC, and then cycle right once. So C. Like that, we take our answer, black, black, yellow, black, no, blue, blue, yellow. Magenta, red, red, blue, white, cyan. This becomes magenta, red, green, black, yellow, magenta. Black, black, yellow, blue, which means we do absolutely nothing. Because everything cancels out. We do black 2 times, yellow 2 times, and blue 2 times. So all does nothing. Here we have everything but 1 position is correct. We move over to filter. We have cyan, but we want magenta. To get from cyan to magenta, we need to apply yellow. Magenta and yellow become cyan. Move you over here. Then we apply black. So M, white, green, blue, white over here. Then we're gonna do CK, and we're gonna cycle right. C, white, cyan, red, green, green, blue. Yellow, red, red, blue, white, yellow. Then we take white and yellow becomes blue, that becomes white, that becomes black, that becomes cyan, that becomes magenta, and that becomes white. Take our constant, apply white, white, green, then we cycle left once. Then we do red and blue, so we do magenta, magenta, like that. And now we see not a single position does match, which means all of these positions are correct. So we take you over here. Everything is filtered. We do not need to filter anything. And then we simply do the last thing. Apply red. Do the first one. Invert the second one. And cycle right. And then this should be our answer, hopefully. Black, black, white, blue, red, green. And that is how you swindle. I'll show another one with this method, and then I'll show you how to do the lazy method. Also, a good thing to do is memorize all of these. There's not many rules, and if you just do it a lot, you'll memorize them. You'll definitely know these by heart if you have to do the lazy strat, because you're really only gonna be doing this. Because it skips all of this, the lazy method. You just brute force it. So, let's remove all of this. Boop. And then we start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we get white, magenta, black, 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 blue. This would be the XOR, this would be the filter. Check constant. We can't do anything. We're gonna apply a red thing to all of them. Alright. Red and white is cyan, that's blue. Oh, I thought it was 1, 3, 3, 7, almost. Alright, we apply the filter, move you over here, do the thingy. Put you down here, cyan, cyan, blue, red, green, cyan. Do that. Get red, red, black, red, black, red. That is something. White, white, blue, black, green, white. Take our constanto. Cycle left 3 times. And then we do RGB, which is nothing. Or no, we invert everything. White, white, yellow, black, green, white. This position does not match. We invert you. Over here. Make all these into green. Oops. We take you. You're there. Then we need to XOR yellow. So that's going to be blue, blue. Yellow, red, blue. Move you over to the answer. Cyan. So we do the second half. Then we're gonna do this for the first half. And cycle left once. We're gonna do the same thing here. Invert second half and then cycle left once. Take yellow, yellow, blue, red, yellow, yellow. Boop. Cyan, yellow, red, blue, red, green. Cyan, yellow becomes magenta, that becomes black, magenta, that becomes magenta, green, red. Put constant over here, and this is where we see if something is correct or not. We do blue and red. So blue and red is magenta, so we apply magenta to this. That becomes green, that becomes black. And blue, red. Something is incorrect. Let's see what we think it might be. Just make sure that becomes black, yes. And just do blue, red, magenta, black, yes. So, to see what went wrong, we have to encrypt it in this stage. Let's see. So it's either the second position that's incorrect, but the most likely thing is that the first is incorrect. if we take this, that just cycle left 3 times. And then we have this. The inverted position was the 3rd one, which is 6. So it's 6 and 2. I choose to believe that 6 is the wrong position. So we're gonna quickly just take you. We're just gonna slide this bar in here. And we're gonna start all over. And here, I think 6 is the wrong position. I'm gonna invert that and remove that here. This basically means that if 6 happened to be incorrect, we have to fix 6 and then invert 2, and it should be correct there. Keep in mind, you can have all of them can be inverted first time, but that's just extremely rare. So sometimes if you get extremely unlucky, 3 positions are incorrect, and that can lead to a bunch of confusion. So always note down what you're doing. Alright. What's the new constant? It doesn't matter, we're gonna filter it. We're gonna unfilter this with what it says down here. And we're gonna this. Magenta becomes this, that becomes red, also becomes white, that becomes black, becomes yellow. Then after this, our filter's been reset and all of these are black. We take 1, 2, you come over here. We have to apply blue. Blue means second half. That, yellow, blue, and cycle left. We then carry this. Red, white, blue, white, black, white. Our output is blue, green, green, magenta, white, green. Becomes magenta, magenta, cyan, green, white, and magenta. Take our constant out here, modify it. We have white twice, we ignore that. And if you see a black and a white together, doesn't matter which order, you can just shuffle both of the halves. So if you take this, white, black, black, do KKY, K. So basically after doing this, you're left with this, but you can also just move the 2 halves. So 2 of the halves, yeah, they swap. And so it goes if it's a KW or WK. Then we have red, blue, so we apply magenta. Magenta, magenta. Magenta, yellow, cyan. Magenta and white becomes green. Magenta and magenta becomes black. That. The only position that's correct is this one. So this should be a sign that our position was corrected. So now we're going to filter red. Take our filter over here. Then we're going to do magenta, both become blue. Cyan becomes white. Green becomes yellow. Magenta becomes blue. Put the answer over here. Apply white. Black and black over here. That. Take our answer. Yellow, 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 white, blue, black. Black, black, yellow, blue, green, yellow. XOR these. White becomes yellow. Green, blue becomes cyan, yellow. We get our check. White and black means these 2 swap. We have red and green, so we have to XOR yellow. White, yellow becomes blue, magenta, cyan, that becomes yellow. And we see it's still correct, so I think we fixed our constant. Now we're gonna get these to green. Yellow, So when it's getting green, we need some extra yellow. So it's black. It's yellow. Cyan, yellow because magenta, and that's black. Move you over here. Apply blue. Like that. Apply green, blue. So that gives K, G, and then cycle left once. Take our answer over here. Black, yellow, white, green, blue, black. Red, black, cyan, white, green, red. Red, yellow, red. Magenta, cyan, red. Take our constant. We apply this, so we swap both halves. We apply this, so we can just do K like that. Green, blue, and yellow, which means we just apply red. That was 3 in 1. That was nice. Then we're gonna apply the filter. To go from green to blue, we have to apply cyan. Put you over here. Bum, bum, bum. So we apply this over here. Black. Black, this becomes red, this becomes green. I have not slept for years. And we shift this to the right. We do the same over here. Green, blue. We cycle. Wait. I haven't yet to cycle yet, but I need to check something. So magenta becomes green, and then I cycle left. Yeah, I cycled right. That's a good thing I just caught. Oh, wait, no, I need to cycle right. Why did I do that? Magenta becomes green, green over there. Yep. Put you over here. Green over to the right side. Alright. Answer green, white, yellow, red, black, red. Output is black, green, green, blue, black, yellow. Green, magenta, red, magenta, black, green. Take this over here. That. Then we have to swap these halves. You have red, green, and yellow. That becomes magenta. Magenta, cyan, becomes green, magenta. Over here. Yep. We're gonna apply the filter of green, so they become cyan. Magenta green becomes white. Green. Put this over to the answer. Boop, 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 boop. We apply green. That. Reverse or invert the second half. First half, I mean. Cycle right once. So this becomes okay, like that. Apply like that. Yep, yep, yep. Let's check. Magenta's over here. Yep, that makes sense. Yep. Magenta, magenta, black, cyan, green, green. Put you over here. Green, white, white, green, magenta, magenta. We XOR these together. White, green, white. Blue, and put right. We cycle right twice. Then we do this. KKM, that. Cyan. Do green twice, so we do nothing. This is now correct, so we need to make this magenta. And to make cyan magenta, we need to apply yellow to the third position. White and yellow becomes blue. Move it over to our answer. Apply magenta, so we shift the first half, invert the second half, and cycle left. This. Cycle left. Take our answer here. Like green, white, yellow, black, black, blue. Blue, blue, green, magenta, cyan, magenta. We XOR these together. And we get this. Take our constant. We apply white, then black twice, so we just apply white. Then we have green, blue, and yellow, so that becomes red. Red, blue, cyan, green, red. Yep. Now I have to get yellow. To get from magenta to yellow, we need to apply cyan. White. Then we need yellow, cyan, red. Then we need that becomes cyan, red, blue, white. So first half, and then cycle right. Take our answer. White, cyan, blue, red, magenta, cyan. Black, yellow, magenta, yellow, white. Pink, blue. Black, yellow, magenta, yellow, white, blue. We XOR these, and we're gonna get this. And I feel this is correct because something. No, something is not right here. It's because it matches with our first stage somehow, or I don't know. It just feels correct. Alright. White, and then cycle left twice. KM. Then we have, wait, we actually have cycle right once as well. Then we have red and blue, so we apply magenta. Green, cyan. Everything is inverted. We take this, apply no filter because everything is correct. We apply the last thing. Then we apply red, cycle the first half, invert the second half, cycle right once. Magenta, red, magenta, white, magenta, magenta, and it solves. Alright, this was the complex method. You see, it only took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 queries max. Or we were at yellow here. Yeah, we were at yellow here. So that means we could have gotten one more. So that's 11 it usually takes max. If you're lucky, you only have to do 8 queries because your console will already be correct. So let's hop over to some different notes. And let's do the second method. Second method is a lot easier, and you don't really have to do much. The simple explanation is you just submit any color 6 times, and then you'd go from there. So I'm just gonna mark the first color as the thing I submit. So we're gonna pull this. So I'm gonna submit black, 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 RB. This means I'm gonna submit 6 blacks, 6 blacks, 6 blacks, 6 reds, 6 greens, 6 blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carry. Cyan, white, blue, black, yellow, white. Let me just confirm it. Yep, then we do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we do it again. Alright, then we do red 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we do green 6 times. Blue 6 times. Purple, green, yellow. Can't tell, I'm very tired. Then we're gonna check for our constant, and what we do is we take the most common occurring thing in each column. We have cyan, cyan, red. Red and white mix cyan. This makes red, and this makes cyan. This means there's more cyans in this column, so I think it's cyan. There's more whites in here. There is more blue in here. There's more black in here. There's only yellow here. And here it's white, black, white, 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 black. So there's more blacks. So this is our constant. Boop, boop. I'm gonna plop this down here, and then we're gonna clearly check our constant. Then for every time we see, we're gonna start at the very top, and then for every time we see something that does not match our constant, where we need to take action. So cyan, white, blue, black, yellow, black. We see the last position is incorrect, as you would say. So we take the last position in our constant, invert that, and add it here. That becomes white. We apply the black thing here, so we do this, and we cycle. Then we do this, white becomes black, cycle right. Then we copy this down, XOR this is what we have here. So black and yellow becomes yellow. Check for any more inverteds. Yep, this position right here is inverted. We take the fourth position, invert that gives us a white. Then we're gonna apply the black one, so we're gonna invert the second half, or reverse the second half, invert the second half, and cycle right. Move this down, XOR with what we already have, so red, white and blue becomes yellow. Then we take, and you see here, this one does not match. Let me actually move it a little bit closer because it's a little annoying. You see the first position here and here doesn't match, but there's already a position here, so it doesn't matter because we can't add anything here. We can add something here, we can add a yellow, and we can add a white here. That's actually pretty lucky for 3 queries. Usually it takes like 10 to 15 to get 4 colors at least. So that's pretty lucky. we then take our other half here, white, yellow, inverted, black, blue, and cycle right. Yep. Then go over here. The third position, magenta does not match. Or wait, no. Red X or magenta gives blue, so it matches. Red X or cyan gives white, so it's opposite. So we can add a white here, because that's the opposite of that position. Then we're gonna apply the red, which is first half to that, then yellow to blue, yellow to black, cycle right. Green and magenta. Green and magenta gives white. White in this position is correct. Also, I have been an idiot. I think, let me check. If I move down here, that's supposed to give me red, and that's supposed to give me yellow. If you then no, that looks correct, but let me move this thing down first. Yeah, here I forgot to XOR, so this becomes, wow, that's so cool. Duolingo. White, black, red and yellow becomes green, blue-green becomes cyan. This position, that gives white, we add a white here. Fourth position, that does give us a blue, so that matches red, white, like that. Then we'll do black, red, magenta. And since we have, we're going to do this. Move this one down. This becomes yellow. This becomes cyan. White and green becomes magenta. Magenta and red becomes blue. Red magenta becomes blue. Green and magenta becomes white. That adds up. We apply green, which is E, red, blue, magenta over here. That becomes white, that becomes white, that becomes magenta, that becomes black, and that becomes yellow. That becomes blue. Ooh, that matches. We apply blue, so M, K, white, blue, green. Cycle left once. And from here, you can do whatever you want, as long as you submit 6 of the same colors. So why not just do 6 whites? Red, black, blue, white, blue, white. We're gonna... Alright. We're gonna move this down. We're gonna XOR it. White and red becomes cyan. White and blue becomes yellow. Blue and white becomes yellow. Green and blue becomes cyan. And that's black. This becomes white. That adds up. We do C, Y. Then we do blue, red. And then we cycle left. And then we do green, or let's do cyan. Black, red, green, red, magenta, red. We're gonna move this down. XOR this becomes black, this becomes red, this becomes white, this becomes magenta, this also becomes magenta. That becomes cyan, so it adds up. Oh, I'm blanking out. I'm too tired. let's just get through this. Apply the cyan, white, magenta, red becomes cyan, that becomes white, cycle left once. Let's just do magenta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue, green, cyan, magenta. Put this down. Blue and white becomes yellow, cyan and green becomes blue, that becomes yellow, that becomes white, and that becomes red. Magenta becomes black, that does add up. Black, that becomes cyan, we cycle right once. Let's do red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. White, red, magenta, red, green, cyan. Also, don't trust this demonstration. This is very lucky. Usually, you would only have like 2 colors here, on average. So, this is just very, very lucky. I've had one where I got them all, or got all colors by the 3rd Curie, and then I struck on it because I'm an idiot. We extra this. Red becomes green, magenta becomes red, that becomes green, that becomes green, that becomes black. Red and white does become cyan. We take the first half. Second half. That. How about yellow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Magenta, blue, white, yellow, black, blue. Down here. White, magenta becomes green. Blue and red becomes magenta. White and green becomes magenta. We don't do this. That becomes the same. It's red. Yellow becomes black. That adds up. GM. That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cyan, black, blue, white, yellow, black. White, green, cyan, white, magenta becomes green. That stays the same. That is also correct. So we do GM and GM because they're the opposite of each other. Recycle right once. Then we are gonna submit 6 blues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green, yellow, black, blue, white, yellow. Move you down here. Magenta becomes white, that becomes blue, that becomes green, that becomes green, that becomes magenta. Blue and yellow becomes white, which is why we add a white here, and then we apply blue. This is actually most likely incorrect because I probably made a mistake somewhere. Green, white, black, green, magenta, and we cycle left. Blue, green, black, green, magenta, white.
Not it, I'm afraid.
Yep, incorrect. Let's see where I went wrong. Reset to normal. Let's take by Curie 7, go by 6. I Curied white. My answer is already incorrect. The last 3 things here, you see I have CKB. I have CKB here. So I've already fucked up these 2. I probably messed them around or something. So yeah. by the submit, I have... This is what I should have submitted. So let's see how many are correct. None. So yeah, with this method, if there's any mistake you make, you cannot catch it. Because you have to redo all of this, and it's a lot of work. So you see how long this took? It didn't seem like it took long, but imagine doing this all the way to here. Yeah, then it's not fun. And then you made a mistake on stage 27 or something, then I can guarantee it's even less fun. So, but that's how you do Simon Swindles.